How are you doing, folks? Good morning. Let's just get to it, shall we? Let's poke into Modern for the first time since the Opal's been banned, and the first time in this channel on a little bit. So this was one of my favorites. I don't know. I feel like Modern's aged a lot in the last year and a half. It hasn't been that long ago since I played this and enjoyed it, but it feels like a long time ago. This actually has a Modern Horizons card in it. It's got Stoneforge Mystic, so it's not too old. We're leveraging Once Upon a Time as well as Othinus that add a lot of consistency, and then Felidar Guardian plus the Healy Ray, notably Felidar banned in Pioneer now, make infinite 1-force to kill people. So let's dive on into a Modern League with this one and see how it goes. Mystopia, thank you for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Dig, thanks for the 23 months. I mean, that's most of Magic right now, right, Dougie? Standard's a bunch of combo decks too. That's good. Productive. Did things around the house. You're not wrong, Cordemi. We definitely have an early favorite. All right, so Mana's a touch awkward with no red, but the stand's definitely a keep. Like these 5 are good. Single red lets us cast this. We don't really want to cast this till like it's the last card in our hand anyways, so missing red for it isn't too big of a deal. Hey, thanks for the tier 2 troll. I appreciate 13 months. Welcome back. I guess it would make sense if this is what Modern is now, right? Like, before they banned Once Upon a Time in various formats, we were talking about how you should be playing 4 copies of it or considering splashing 4 copies of it. So just every deck's playing Once Upon a Time, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, probably Ballista Heliod combo with a little bit of Kitchen Fing splashed in. I think I'm just going to Stoneforge a Zippity Zapper the Bapper. Thank you for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Hooglandia. Gorluski, thanks for the 19 months. I think it's just Batterskull. If I get Sword of Fire and Ice has a more useful trigger. I guess maybe I'm supposed to get Sword of Fire and Ice because I have Birds of Paradise to attack with it evasively. Yeah, except, like, they, like, did the typical Reddit thing and, like, jumped the Bit Garden Variety Troll and, like, wrote out a pod chain and then, like, quickly realized that, like, the pod chain they wrote out wasn't optimal. Am I putting Voice into play this turn, or am I holding up Lightning Helix? I think I'm just putting Voice into play this turn. I guess I should tap in a way that technically lets me hold up Lightning Helix. It's probably slightly better. Mmm. This is sweet. Okay, I'm into this because both these two combo with this kinda, and okay, and they both give devotion for this. That's really slick. And Anna Fenza Kintry Spirit and a Kitchen Finks. Well, gosh, both of these let this never die, huh? I think I'm doing this. I just have to try and combo kill them, right? Like, that's just like... oh, modern. Yeah, like, I can't, like, winning by, like, fair means is just, like, actually just impossible. So I guess we just do this and, like, hope to find a Sihili. That's not strictly true, Enya. So, like, you can kill the spike feeder. This is actually, the opponent's deck is, like, super awkward on Magic Online because, like, especially in this matchup, because, like, they could technically gain an arbitrarily large amount of life. No, that's not how Magic works, Straven. So, you can't just say, I have infinite life or I have infinite damage. You have to pick a number. So basically, having an arbitrarily large amount of damage generally beats having an arbitrarily large amount of life, because you break up their ability to have an arbitrarily large amount of life, and then you break up their ability to have an arbitrarily large amount of life, and then you kill them, and then you deal more damage than they gained in life. And hey, look, we drew my combo piece. I suppose they could have a... No, they can't chord here, right? Okay, so they're dead. I guess Path to Exile is great here. Voice of Resurgence doesn't seem particularly good. Rest in Peace seems fine. So that's the problem, Squid Squad. So, like, a lot of my opponent's combos are going to be fine, are going to be their ability to just gain life, and I can win through that. So, like, if they start going off with, like, obviously Ballista Heliod I'll concede to, because that's going to kill me on the spot, but there's going to be times where, like, my opponent's deck combos, but doesn't actually put them in a spot where I can't win the game anymore. So we have to sit there and, like, watch them click through gaining a bunch of life. But, you know what I mean? There is actually a Benthic Biomancer Heliod combo deck in the deck queue. We've not played it on stream yet, but we're going to get to it at some point. Thanks for the 8 months, Brian. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think this is the plan. It's like board in, some ways to remove, some ways to interact with their Finks combo. Actually, do I even want Rest in Peace? Like, and this is the thing, right? Like, this doesn't actually beat me, right? Like, am I supposed to, like, care about Kitchen Finks? It doesn't actually beat me. I'm not sure that I am. I think the answer is no. MTGO does have time limits for the matches. Each player has an individual clock. Starts with 25 minutes. Yeah, I currently have a little over 21 minutes. My opponent currently has about 22. Acker, thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. Okay, sometimes the decisions are easy, I guess. The good news is we have Seasoned Pyromancer to churn through some of these lands. The more things change, the more they stay the same sometimes, Foxconn. Okay, it's a good draw. All right. That was not something I thought about. All right, lesson learned. Lesson learned. Got it. Got it. Next time we'll fetch shock. So this, for people unfamiliar, Grove makes mana and gives our opponent a life, so. Okay, and we're dead. My opponent's going to get to attack this, so we can no longer combo kill them. This is going to find Walking Ballista and we die on their next turn. I guess we technically don't die for 2 turns, but they're far enough ahead that I'm going to go ahead and call it. Thanks for the 25 months, Frenzied Mage. Stoneforge just doesn't even really do anything, right? I guess Path is fine. I want to mulligan this. When is the next MCQ? I have no idea. I think March. I don't know. They're just so little. There's so little value. The expected value on those is like wasted time. So like I haven't really been keeping up with them. Yes, after playing an entirety of 4 matches of Pioneer with Ballista combo, I definitely have definitive data to tell you whether or not something should be banned. Anybody who tries to tell you that, you should just stop listening to them. Anybody who tells you they have definitive data on whether or not that those cards should still be legal in Pioneer or be banned in Pioneer, cross them off the list of people you listen to. No, I have no idea after playing 4 matches of Pioneer with Ballista combo if it should be banned. Too much dog. Thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, let me just put this into play, right? Like I said, like, I feel like people who, like, asking me the question, like, do I think it's strong enough to deserve to be banned? I think that shows that you haven't actually been listening to the things I've been saying about it. Because, like, if you listen, was that a good draw? I feel like that was an okay draw. If you listen to the things that I've been saying about it, we're gonna get Path to Exiled. Probably getting Path to Exiled. Like, if you listen to what I've, like, actually been saying about it, the reason why I think that should be banned is not based on power level, but for consistency's sake. And the consistency sake argument is that, like, they banned Felidar Guardian combo in Pioneer. And if Felidar Guardian combo is not okay in Pioneer, Ballista Heliod combo is also not okay for very similar reasons. It's, in fact, Heliod Walking Ballista is easier to play than Saheeli Ray Felidar Guardian. It requires one color. And Walking Ballista is arguably a more playable card than Saheeli Ray or the other is. Saheeli Ray or Cat. Okay, so we're dead to an untapped land next turn. Good stuff. Hopefully this Seasoned Pyromancer can draw us a piece of interaction. And like the tough part is like this Walking Ballista can just like kill my Birds of Paradise, even if we stop their combo. Okay, so we'll play that. So we actually get 4 chances to draw a Felidar Guardian here. Because I get to cast this, draw 2. I get to Saheeli Ray, copy it, draw 2 more. And they might have been other Path to Exile. They're just dead. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this format's like so. This is a tough format. Like we won that match, but like I don't know that I would really classify that as like a match of Magic I just enjoyed. Like the play patterns were kind of poop, right? It was just like, oh, I found my thing, they died. Oh, they found their thing, I died. Oh, I did my thing, they pathed me, I did my thing again, they died. Like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll give it a few shots. That's just match 1, right? Maybe we'll have some better games. Like, I feel like people always expect, like, some amount of bans to, like, fundamentally change what this format is doing. And, like, I feel like that's just not the case. Like, Modern, like, always is what Modern does. Modern is as Modern does, chat. Yeah, I think you're right, Pokemon nerd. I kind of feel like maybe I'm just like over the point where that's the type of gameplay I'm looking for. Once upon a time it was fine, but I mean, it might be viable. I doubt anybody has a good deck list. I assume you could probably try and build something combo-based like we've been playing in Standard. You get to play a bunch of elves in Pioneer. 12 Manadorks is probably where you start. Mama always said life was like a resource. If you're at one, you're not dead. All right, Titan matchup. Hey, look at that. It's another race. This deck's probably misbuilt. The voice Stoneforge package is probably just dumb in this deck at this point. Like, the point of this deck when I built it once upon a time, lol, see what I did there? Was it was supposed to be a fair deck first and a combo deck second, but maybe we're just at a point where that's just nonsense. think I'm just grabbing Batterskull again here. Pokemon Lands look bad on Moto, but they look good in paper. Why do they look bad on Magic Online? Like, this is what they look like in paper, right? I imagine they look just as out of place in paper. Especially when you're playing a deck like this, where you have to have Snowlands in your deck. Like, this looks super awkward. The lands are supposed to be coming to Arena this week. I believe they're trying to figure out how to monetize them. Would be my guess. I mean, do they look different than this in paper? I don't think the problem is that they look bad. I think the problem is that they just look out of place. And I think one of the things that's aesthetically pleasing about making a deck look nice is like making things look uniform. So I think like part of the issue with like putting them in like a deck that you're like pimping out is like they just look out of place. Yeah, the unstable lands don't look like Magic cards either, in my opinion. And it could just be my bias from like how long I played with them, but like these are my preferred full art in basics. These are Unhinged, I think, is this one. These are my favorites. But I also like grew up playing with these as a child, so like there's probably some bias there. Yeah, I should probably sell these. I've got like 50 or 60 of them over there. Probably a few $100 if I make a little bit of effort to sell them. I can be done here, right? We're dead. Yeah, we're gonna finish this league, but this deck is super misbuilt. I should not be trying to be interactive. That's not what this format's about. That's a huge mistake. If we want to play this, we should just be trying to linear people. Not close. Oh, I probably totally could sign them and sell them too, but I bet some people would buy signed ones. Well, it's not even about just trying to be interactive. Like, I put these cards in my deck because they're good against other interactive decks. This card's Pioneer legal. There's a chance Voice of Resurgence is like playable in Pioneer, I think. We should keep track if we play against any decks that aren't playing Once Upon a Time in this league. I feel like I would be surprised if the answer is we do. How you make it more linear? I'm not even sure you can, honestly. Like, what do you even do? Like you have these slots, but like, what do you do with those slots to make it more linear? Like, I guess you could play a bunch of Eldritch Evolutions, maybe. Like, do you like cut the stone? Like, you probably still play Voice then. Yeah, is it Lotus Cobras and Evolutions? Well, Lotus Cobra's not even that good without Renegade Rallier, right? I guess you could play some Noble Hierarchs. Maybe the answer is like you play some Evolutions and you play a Kiki Jiki. Yeah, like we have 8 cards in our combo. Like Seasoned Pyromancer is still a fine card to play because like you're discarding 2 cards to draw cards, so like helps you churn through to your combo. No, I haven't looked at anything related to Modern Weather Lady. All roads lead to Kiki Jiki. Ain't that the God's honest truth? Everything's better with Kiki. Yeah, going back to the evolution plan's probably good. Well, I mean, I get to kill one of those, I guess. Or I can play this. I can cross my fingers. I can hope to draw land. That's the plan. New game plan. Pivot. Untap land. All right. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. I will say one of the upsides to playing a deck like this is being a combo deck that gets to have access to Damping Sphere that doesn't disrupt you is nice. We beat Counter's Company with Heliod Ballista combo in the first match. Alright, could be dead. Probably dead. So naturally their last 2 cards are Bounce Land Titan, because that's how this works. For anybody who hasn't read this book before, their last 2 lands are Bounce Land Titan. Last 2 cards. Everybody clench. There is no way Pioneer doesn't get more popular than this format. 0% chance Pioneer doesn't overtake Modern in a huge way than 2020. Or do they not even need a Titan? No, they don't have enough mana to transmute, right? They only have 8. Transmute means they only have 5 left. So they can pick the Teleria West up, but if they pack, they only have 4 mana left over, or 5 mana left over, which doesn't Titan. See? I told you, chat. Their last 2 cards were Bounce Land, Primeval Titan. God, this format is stains. Just mono stains. The more it claims to change, the more it stays the same. Alright, how do we make this linear? Stoneforge Mystic package is bad. Weird. It's almost like that card was a safe unban, and all the people who told you Stoneforge Mystic wasn't a safe unban were idiots, and you shouldn't listen to them anymore. Papa Hoogland knows what's good in Modern. Papa Hoogland knows what's safe to unban. Definitely was safe to unban. Yeah, Splinter Twin, safe to unban. Birthing Pod, safe to unban. Please, for the love of God, give us cards back that probably aren't even playable. Is that it? I think that's probably it. Probably want a couple other 3-drops in here. Papa Hooglandia, can you tell us about time of modern? Yes, Splinter Twin and Birthing Pod were legal then. For those of you wondering that when things were different, they involved Splinter Twin and Birthing Pod. I think I bottomed the sword here. Hey, Keel. Thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Holy gosh! They put a land on human and they played that? Our opponent's gonna interact with us? Hold on to your butts, chat. When Modern's your favorite format, but you understand it's a dumpster fire. Yeah, I mean, you know. At least you're honest with yourself. Honesty's the best policy. That seems really slow and fair, Roth. I don't know. Maybe that is just the answer. I don't know that you want to be... I don't know that you need Saheeli Ray in that deck, but yeah, just interfering people is probably a good idea. I think that's probably a good suggestion. You know, Navier, I think I agree with you. I think I actually enjoyed Modern during Eldrazi Winter more than I've enjoyed what Modern's become. Because Eldrazi, yeah, I think so, Weather Lady. I think that's accurate. Like, Eldrazi Winter had a deck that was, like, much better than everything else, but the types of play patterns that those decks generated, they were big decks that played to the board through creatures, and, like, that type of gameplay, I think, is much, much better than, like, what the gameplay is that we see in this format now. Nah, I don't know. I think the actual answer is just like... I think the answer is what I've been saying for a long time, which is that, like, if you don't like what Modern currently is, that's fine. You just shouldn't play it. Like, there's Pioneer, there's Standard, there's Historic, there's all these other Magic formats. Like, there's definitely people that like playing Titan and like playing decks like Counters Company. And if you're into those things, you can and should play and enjoy it. But if you're not into those things, like, don't act like other people need to conform to what you like. Have you played a Selesnya's enchantment deck? I've not, Crunchy. You know, I'm actually going to be done. I actually put this deck in the queue myself, so nobody's going to feel like I cheated them by ending the deck early. I'm sorry to anybody that came watching this video because you wanted you like Modern. I don't like Modern. I'm being reminded as I play, and rather than sit here and complain about it, I'm just going to do something else. I'm going to follow my own advice, and if I don't enjoy the format, I'm going to go play formats I enjoy instead. And if you love Modern, that's great. More power to you. You can and should love Modern, but Modern's not going to be a part of this channel anymore. It's just not. It's not a format that I enjoy playing. Life's too short. Standard's good. Pioneer's reasonable. Historic's reasonable. We're gonna stick to the things that are reasonable. Yeah, it was good. You know, let people like things. I don't like this thing. I can let other people like it, you know. All right, I'm gonna hit a quick ad roll while we get switched over, but we're gonna start standard early because standard's great. Maybe we can do a little bit extra standard today.